Coming up on Take 30 News, Hurricane Ian is making its way to the Carolinas.
North Carolina officials have found new ways to monitor the flooding of rivers and coastal levels.
And Jenny Thomas testifies ahead of the final January hearing.
Your Take 30 News starts right now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your Take 30 News. I'm MolliKate Keehley.
And I'm Heather Harrison.
Officials say Hurricane Ian is set to become the largest natural disaster in Florida's history. Now, Ian has its sights set on the Carolinas. Ivan Rodriguez is in Fort Myers, where they've seen some of the worst of the damage.
Some of these images that you're showing me, it's the first time I've seen them. It's pretty emotional for me.
2 days after Hurricane Ian slammed into Florida's southwest coast, and many are only just beginning to grapple with the damage and devastation left behind.
Being so hardworking honestly doesn't matter. It just is destroyed and it's ruined, and then you have to start all over again. And honestly, where do you start? How do you start in this?
Millions are still without power and others still with no access to clean water.
It looks like a bomb went off here, to be honest with you. It's beyond what I thought was capable of happening.
Hundreds have had to be rescued so far, plucked from roofs and partially submerged cars. Those on islands like Sanibel cut off from the mainland after the causeway collapsed, needing rescue by helicopter or boat.
There's a whole bunch of people just like y'all, thousands of them, take you to a shelter.
Now, Ian is expected to head toward the Carolinas and northeast Georgia after intensifying again to a Category 1 hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean. Those governors have issued state of emergency orders ahead of the storm, and many residents are being told to hunker down.
It's going to be a little bit hairy. 6-foot surge, with a 6-foot tide, we're going to be at 12 feet. That's about the maximum a lot of houses out here can take on the first floor.
In Fort Myers, Florida, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
And now we have an update that Hurricane Ian is a tropical storm.
To prepare for the tropical storm headed to North Carolina, officials are looking at technology. Coming this way, Brian Chater reports the story.
As destructive hurricanes and tropical storms come and go, transportation leaders look for lessons learned.
During Florence and Matthew, we really realized the need for better awareness of where our roads are flooding and when.
State DOT engineer Matt Laufer says a new flood inundation map alert network now covers 3,000 miles of roads. More than 400 gauges track water levels under bridges, culverts, and pipes.
And so when the levels hit a certain hazard level, then we get an alert on that.
The National Hurricane Center and National Weather Service provide constant data support. That information also is available online for the public.
It's real-time information on the roadway network as the river stages increase or the coastal surge comes in.
On the site drivenc.gov, maps show which roads are closed and which roads are open. And Laufer warns wherever water covers a road, don't take any chances.
Turn around, don't drown, making sure you don't drive into water, because even if you think the road's there, it may not be there. If you can't see the road, don't even try it, because the road could be gone, the pipe could be gone, and then you could be swept downstream.
He points to the state's climate science report to show that tropical systems are bringing heavier rain.
These trends will continue, more intense hurricanes, more intense localized storm events, and sea level rises will continue as well.
I'm Brian Schrader, WRAL News.
As we continue to monitor the storm, please stay safe and follow proper procedures.
And Ian is bringing all types of weather to us. Let's take a look at our local weather with Ryan.
Yes, Ian is bringing in some cooler air here in Mississippi. We have 79 degrees here in Starkville right now, so it's feeling wonderful out there. 80 degrees up in Fulton and 81 over in Tupelo as well right now, so it feels wonderful out there for all of us. Temperatures right now here in Starkville, 79 with those sunny skies persisting all day today. It's been a wonderful day out there, and Hurricane Ian has made landfall there in South Carolina at just around 2 o'clock today in Georgetown, South Carolina, and we'll have your full update on Ian and the rest of your forecast in full weather. Back to you, MolliKate.
It certainly is a beautiful day to be in Starkville. Thank you, Ryan.
The House Select Committee's investigation of the attack of the U.S. Capitol isn't done yet. In the meantime, the committee interviewed a high-profile witness, as Amy Keehley reports.
To the extent we can reschedule it as soon as possible, we will.
The House January 6th committee will still hold at least one more public hearing. That's after Hurricane Ian caused the postponement of Wednesday's scheduled session. In the meantime,
the committee has been very clear that we'd like to hear from Ginny Thomas.
The wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas voluntarily met with the committee for more than 4 hours yesterday.
She was there for a long time. She answered a lot of questions.
The panel said it wanted to know about
her discussions and coordination and text messages to Mark Meadows, as well as specifically to John Eastman.
Meadows was former President Donald Trump's chief of staff, and Eastman was acting as Trump's election attorney. Both were instrumental in trying to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential race. Thomas texted Meadows that she was disgusted with then Vice President Mike Pence for certifying those results.
Did you speak with your husband of your beliefs of the election being stolen?
Thank you for your question. I look forward to answering the members.
Two sources say Thomas told the committee she keeps her politics separate from her husband's work. The committee chair says she also reiterated her belief the 2020 presidential race was stolen. Justice Thomas has participated in cases about that election.
It cast doubt on the court itself, so there should be much stricter rules that he should have to recuse himself.
I'm Amy Keehley reporting.
Justice Thomas has stood out on the Supreme Court when it comes to the 2020 elections. He's expressed sympathy towards Trump's disproven claims of fraud.
And when we come back after the break, we'll take a look at how you can keep yourself safe, and then we'll take a look at the fall weather moving into the area.
What if you could be part of one of the top engineering schools in the nation without ever leaving the coast? Well, now you can. Mississippi State's collaboration with Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College allows you to earn core credits while pursuing a 4-year degree in mechanical or electrical engineering, all in the same location. And with classes taught by MSU professors, the world-renowned education you couldn't find anywhere else is now in your own backyard. To learn more about this great opportunity, visit us online.
Welcome back to Take 30 News. If you're just now joining us, the time is 4:07.
A martial arts organization here in Starkville is offering self-defense classes to people of all ages. Our Olivia Beck has the inside look.
Thank you, Heather. This week, I was able to sit in on a few classes at Fearless Martial Arts and get to know the people who run it. This organization is offering up solutions to anyone in town who feels incapable of standing up to an attacker.
Fearless Martial Arts in Starkville is run by Josh Buford, a Mississippian who fell in love with martial arts after watching the original Karate Kid movie. Classes are available for anyone in order to provide an education on when to run and when to fight. Buford is adamant in teaching all of his students that they should never start fights, but in the event they are in a dangerous situation, they should know how to get away safely.
So being fearless is walking through this life with self-confidence, knowing that you're going to be okay.
The Mississippi State University Police Department has very strong feelings about self-defense education for students on campus.
Well, it doesn't matter how tall, how short, big or small you are. Anyone can learn self-defense. And it is very important that all men, women, children, elders learn self-defense.
With students as young as 4 years old, Fearless Martial Arts is guiding Starkville residents on their path to self-confidence and honing their self-defense techniques. There is a Fight Club boot camp in the works right now for college students specifically.
So when you look at that root word, fight, in the Greek there, it's talking about having great confidence in your life, having great determination in your life. And again, having great discipline in your life, simply doing the things you know you're supposed to do to stay safe and be the best version of yourself that you can be.
This is Olivia Beck with Take 30 News.
For more information on situational awareness, check out the CDC's website.
And sweater weather is here. Zachary Calhoun has the story.
After a grueling summer, fall is here. Leaves are changing, pumpkins are decorating people's front porches, and temperatures are finally dropping. Just last week, Mississippi was seeing temperatures as high as 90 degrees, while this week, the high has only been on average mid-80s and under. As a result, many MSU students have been seen changing their wardrobe for the new season.
That means instead of dressing like this, you can grab your favorite flannel and jeans and enjoy the nice fall weather.
Not only does the new season bring low temperatures, but it also brings many outdoor events, most notably college football. Other events people have to look forward to are Columbus's Oktoberfest, Hill's Halloween Dog Jog, visiting pumpkin patches, and much more.
My family will go hiking, whether that's at Little Mountain in Ackerman or just going out to the refuge, not reservoir, refuge. So we'll just try to get outside.
There is good news and bad news about the new season change. MSU student and meteorologist at WTVA, Gabe Maynard, tells us that we aren't in the clear of the humid Mississippi weather just yet.
The hurricane off in the Atlantic is clearing out still, so that's affecting some of our weather, bringing in those northerly winds, so it feels a lot cooler than what it is. So when that moisture returns, we'll get a little bit of that humidity back, and it'll be a little bit of that mugginess that we have here often, but the fall weather will still, it's here.
I'm Zachary Calhoun reporting for Take 30 News.
Be sure to take advantage of this nice weather we're having this weekend, whether that means tailgating or just spending time with friends and family.
And after the break, Ryan gives us another look into this week's forecast.
Stay with us.
Performance at the highest level is the objective of every athlete. But what can athletes accomplish if they understood and responded to everything their bodies are telling them? Mississippi State University's Athlete Engineering program is designing and deploying groundbreaking advanced wearable technology that creatively collects millions of data points for researchers to analyze, predict performance, and improve body mechanics. Researchers in engineering, kinesiology, sociology, textiles, and more disciplines are working together to test and design new technology that leads to winning results. In addition to helping athletes reach their highest potential, this collaborative program is reducing injuries and protecting the health of competitors now and far into the future. Mississippi State University. Farming can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
Well, weather right now is looking beautiful outside. 79 degrees for us here in Starkville with those beautiful blue skies out there. The humidity is seeming pretty much non-existent right now. It's very dry outside, and that's due to all of the dry air that is funneling into the south right now. Here on the water vapor, you can see those dark orange and red colors. That is the dry air that is hanging around the south here, and it's cutting in and out here on the camera. Those dry air did bring those low temperatures this morning, 46 degrees here in Starkville this morning, so it was pretty chilly as you walked out the door to go to class and go to work this morning. Around the area, we were all sitting in the low 50s and upper 40s for the most part this morning as you were waking up. Temperatures have warmed up today, though, to around 79 degrees here in Starkville right now. Low 80s are popping up on the map as well. Ackerman and Eupora sitting at around 81 degrees right now, so it's feeling wonderful out there, especially with those low humidity rates as well. For the rest of the evening, we're going to continue to drop off on the temperatures as well, as we are seeing 79 degrees there at 5 p.m., cooling off to those mid to upper 60s there by 8 and 9 p.m. as the sun does set. And by the time 11 p.m. does roll around, we'll see those 50s enter the picture once again. Overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, we're going to see temperatures drop into the 40s as well. It's going to be a chilly and crisp night for us out there as well. And for game day weekend, it's going to look beautiful out there. 81 degrees both Saturday and Sunday, with the sunny skies persisting throughout the entire weekend for you. Tropical storm, now Tropical Storm Ian, as of that 4 p.m. advisory there, 70 miles per hour. You see that track that did go through Florida for us here. We can see that track up through Florida. It made a mess down there, and they are still recovering over there as well. It's going to continue to track through South Carolina over the next few days, but that's not going to impact as much here in Mississippi. We are seeing those sunny skies persist all through the week. We are seeing those clouds do return next Friday, but the temperatures are going to be wonderful out there for us for the morning and the afternoon time. Back to you, MolliKate.
Ryan, for the update. I'm certainly excited for the cooler temperatures headed our way.
Yeah, and coming up, Jacquez checks in with Mississippi State football ahead of its game and updates us on Mississippi State soccer.
Meeting the challenges of a changing world. It's a responsibility we take seriously at Mississippi State University. Today, our outstanding faculty are on the job with a passion that places them among the best in the business. We're launching new classroom models, investing in world-changing research, and providing a college experience that's second to none. Though things may look different, our sights have never been higher.
To be or not to be? That is the question that echoes the walls of the theater department at Mississippi State University. Nurturing the voice and movement of a new generation of dynamic storytellers. An inclusive program welcoming all to a broad course of study in directing, stagecraft, playwriting, and acting. Discover your passion in performance and production with MSU Theater.
Print. It opens the doors to the world of communication. It's where a student can be anything. It teaches teamwork, diligence, loyalty, and responsibility. At Mississippi State, we are dedicated to further the field of journalism. We make sure to tell the story no matter how challenging. We incorporate all aspects to help you grow as a student and as a person. So, what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to Take 30 Sports. It's another week to talk about sports. Sit back, relax, and let me update you on the latest. Another week of college football. I don't know about you, but I am super excited because MSU Bulldogs is back in SEC play this week after a devastating beatdown on Bowling Green last week. Ranked number 17, Texas A&M is headed to Starkville this Saturday to take on Mississippi State. After a big win last season, the Bulldogs are looking to keep their streak alive. Coach Washington, the running backs coach for Mississippi State, says it's another week of being consistent and executing plays. Here's the latest on what he had to say.
It's consistency, what we talked about last week. We got to execute. They got a good ball club, obviously up front, and I think one of their strengths is their secondary. And so they've been doing a great job. I think they're averaging giving up 12 points a game or something like that. And so Coach Durkin and those guys are doing a great job. So it will be a big challenge for us.
On another field of campus, your Mississippi State women's soccer has been ranked the highest in school history. The unbeaten Mississippi State soccer team remained undefeated and secured its 9th win of the season. The Dogs scored its 2nd fastest goal to start the game this season. All 9 points in conference play have come from a divisional opponent. Not only did the Bulldogs win, they also broke a record of attending of 1,483 with the big win over LSU 3-2 Sunday night. Maggie Woodward scored her 7th goal of the season. Ranked at 21, MSU women's soccer will travel to Missouri this Friday for the 2nd conference road trip. The Bulldogs are 11 games in, and they are off to their best start in program history. Mississippi State women's volleyball was off to a great start this season, but ran into some trouble last night. The women's volleyball team was on the road Wednesday night to play Auburn. After a great fight between the Tigers, the Bulldogs fell just short of 2-3. The Lady Bulldogs will go on to play the Razorbacks this Saturday and Sunday. Saturday's game starting at 11 a.m. and Sunday's game starting at 1:30 p.m. Bulldog fans have an early start Saturday morning watching MSU women's volleyball play the Razorbacks, then heading to Davis-Wade Stadium to take on Texas A&M. For Take 30 Sports, I'm Jacquez Terrell.
Thank you, Jacquez, for the sports update. I can't wait to get out and support the dogs.
Coming up, we'll take a look at new businesses popping up in West Point and learn a little bit more about what's going on around campus.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
Welcome back. If you've driven through West Point recently, you might have noticed some new businesses along the highway. We have the story for you.
West Point, Mississippi is rich in history, but as vast as the tales of the past are, they're focusing on the future, and the city is growing. And with new businesses comes new jobs and opportunities for the community.
So how is West Point dealing with this business boom?
Because an increase in numbers means more than just an increase in traffic.
So let's take a trip, look into that small town experience, and get those answers.
We've had a lot of growth in industry, not only in West Point, but in the Golden Triangle, and that spawns growth in restaurants and local businesses, retail, and we have seen a lot of growth here recently because of that industry. And with options, more people are going to stop in the area, and that builds our sales tax base, which helps the community as a whole.
Post-COVID, businesses are seeing an increase in local shoppers.
I think a lot of people are shopping locally more now because of supply chain issues and just not certain about shipping and that sort of thing, and people are really more conscious. I think they realized when we didn't have the little mom and pop stores that were open, they realized how vital they were to our towns, and so now that we're back going full speed, people have been so supportive and have really pleasantly surprised us.
And so while the wisteria isn't blooming, business is booming in West Point, and the community-loving folks are supporting those businesses and their growth.
You know, I've also heard that West Point is getting a Pizza Hut.
Now really, that's some delicious news, isn't it?
No, that's cheesy.
Oh, I thought it was a good one. Now, speaking of things you need to know, the drill field is one of the most iconic locations on campus. Jake Moore shares the history of this Mississippi State staple.
Mississippi State's drill field is one of the most active and vibrant places on campus. Many students gather on the drill field to study or meet up with friends. Organizations also use the field to host events or promote themselves.
In addition to being a great place to study and a place where events on campus can be hosted, the drill field is also somewhere you can play sports with your friends.
Wynn Oakley, an animal dairy science major, talks about what the drill field means to him.
I really love the drill field, just like it's the heart of campus, and you can always find something going on here, like somebody throwing the frisbee or playing spike ball or people just hanging out or whatever. There's always something to come and do.
The drill field also has a rich history. After the founding of Mississippi State, then known as Mississippi A&M College, the drill field was used for the ROTC's marching drills, which is how the area got its name. The drill field has many unique features, including courtyards and the Maroon Mile, an initiative funded by the Senior Gift Fund to pave the drill field's walkways with special messages. Eli Thurman, a student roadrunner on campus, speaks about how the students and the community use the drill field.
It's kind of a place for students to come, walk to campus, walk their dog, throw a frisbee. It's a place for students to really just hang out and enjoy. We call it the center of our campus because it truly is the center of our campus, whether it's for classes or for our students. That's where we love to be and we love for them to be.
The drill field is one of the most loved locations on campus and will be used by many students for years to come. For Take 30 News, I'm Jake Moore.
For more information on the drill field, visit Mississippi State's website.
Also on campus this week, Limelight danced its way back to MSU.
Mississippi State students and Starkville community members gathered for Limelight at the MSU Amphitheater on campus this Thursday. The Chi Omega chapter at Mississippi State University hosts the annual dance competition. For Limelight, every fraternity and sorority on MSU's campus gathered together to perform a themed dance for Chi Omega's philanthropy, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The star guest for the event was Emmy Jo Jolly, a 6-year-old girl who is Chi Omega's sponsored wish child. Emmy Jo is from nearby Okolona, Mississippi, and she was diagnosed with leukemia in 2018. Now she is considered cancer-free as of 2020, and she wishes to go to Disney World with her family. The proceeds from the event go towards making her wish come true. In preparation for the event, the teams competing have morning and nightly practices to perfect their routines. Choreography for the dances includes stunts, acrobatics, and illusions. Many attendees, like Addison Drews, a sophomore finance major at MSU, see the performances as an outlet for creative statements.
My favorite part of Limelight is everyone coming together and showing off their hard work and expressing themselves through hours and hours of practice.
Some of the themes for the groups were Queens of Pop, Top Gun, and Harry Potter. Each performance was electrifying, and the crowd went wild with every flip and stunt the teams pulled off. And there was a surprise performance by the freshman ladies of Chi Omega. Taylor Cook, senior communications major and Chi Omega philanthropy chair, shared her enthusiasm about the event.
We're just so excited, like at Chi, that we're able to give children these opportunities and that we're able to make our wish come true to go to Disney.
For the sororities and fraternities overall winners, the ladies of Pi Beta Phi came in first, and the fraternity who placed first was Sigma Phi Epsilon. For Take 30 News, I'm Jamison Moyer.
Well, congrats, Sigma Phi. Limelight looked like a blast. And the weather looked nice out there as well. What about for this weekend for sports and tailgating?
It's going to be wonderful for sports and tailgating this weekend. Actually, we're going to see temperatures in the low 80s across Mississippi for the rest of the weekend. It's going to be beautiful out there. Sunny skies for the entire weekend. Barely a breeze blowing for the weekend, so it shouldn't impact the football game too much as well. It's going to be wonderful out there for us for the rest of the week. It's going to be great, pleasant conditions throughout all of next week as well.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you join us again next week when we do Take 30 News at 4.
Good night. Have a great evening.
Performance than if you would if you're closer.
Each of my devices were the same distance from the Wi-Fi access point in the room.